Hi, today is Monday, May the 25th, and it's my pleasure to bring the most recent update on Belleville, the city of Belleville, and our COVID-19 virus situation, the pandemic the whole world is going through. Today is a Belleville City Council meeting, and normally, during normal times, City Council would be meeting, and we have what's called an in-camera meeting prior to our open session meeting at 4 o'clock. Our in-camera meetings are held here in a confidential setting because we're allowed to deal with 3 items in camera. The first item is human resources or identifiable individual issues. Second is property, whether we're buying or selling property. And the third reason is for legal advice, our advice from our lawyer in terms of decisions council has to make. Everything else by law is required to be done in open session. And so we will have a very brief meeting where we tell the residents what we're going to be coming in here to discuss. And then we come into this room. And this room is unique at City Hall. It's called the J.D. Evans Room, named after the builder of City Hall. It's named after him. It's unique in the sense that we have to record all of the meeting that's in here. And that's in the event that a resident wants to complain or has questions about whether or not we were legally entitled to be able to deal with things here in this room. So the clerk has to be able to keep it all recorded and have a record of it in the future. But we are very restricted in what we can deal with here in here. And this is also the room in which we take our oath when we first get elected to City Council for our 4-year term. Today is week 2 of the phase 1 relaxation measures that the province of Ontario has brought in. Back on March the 17th, under the declaration of emergency, there were a number of orders that were brought in, and phase 1 last week was the first set of relaxation orders, and a number of steps were taken to protect us. If you are interested, you can go to the City of Belleville website at belleville.ca to the COVID-19 webpage, and you'll see all the steps that we've taken, as well as all the forms of assistance that we've tried to make it easier for residents and businesses to handle the situation. That page is updated regularly for any time you want to go. A few items I want to mention to you is that garbage bag tags. Back in March, when we were concerned about people leaving their homes for non-essential reasons, we didn't want them having to come to City Hall, which at the time was closed, but we also didn't want them going to their grocery stores to have to buy garbage bag tags. So we started collecting up to 10 bags from March the 17th, I believe, until April the 20th without the requirement of bag tags. Starting on April the 20th, that's going to run until the end of this month, we were restricting 2 bags per property without bag tags. And starting on June the 1st, we will be going to 1 bag without a bag tag per property. And then we're expecting that on July the 1st, we're back to normal where every bag will have to have a bag tag. Also, we're extending bus passes. So starting in March, we extended our bus passes to April and then to May so that people wouldn't have to go out and buy new bus passes. So bus passes will continue from March to June the 30th. But if you're taking our transit system, you know that we're not really collecting revenues right now. And so that'll be extended to June the 30th. There will be some information coming about the resumption of some scheduled services. We're just working on completing that to make sure that it's done safely for our riders and for our staff, but you'll get some information on that. And then the last thing I want to just quickly touch on is that parking passes. So people that bought parking passes for city-owned parking lots, those have now been extended till June the 30th as well. And you know, again, residents will know that we have been a little more lenient in terms of enforcing parking regulations. That will continue. But I want to remind everybody that there is no illegal parking whatsoever. So not in emergency lanes, not in fire lanes, not blocking intersections, not blocking laneways. That's illegal under any circumstances, and we will enforce it. Marinas will open on this Saturday, May the 30th, and we've already opened our municipal boat launches. As well this week with phase 1 reopening from the province, we have done our parks, our sports fields. Again, I ask you to use caution, continue to practice social distancing, no larger than the groups permitted by the province, which today is no bit more than 5 people who are not cohabitating. We still need to practice caution. Our city buildings remain closed. We are working on our protocols for when we are able to reopen to the public, and we'll have more information for you. With all the relaxation that we've been going through, we've seen a number of businesses ramping up. So as I said earlier, we're continuing to look at how we're providing our essential services, including the need for certain scheduled transit systems. We're watching the financial impact that COVID has made on the city of Belleville very closely, but we are looking forward to some news from the federal and provincial governments regarding their assistance program for municipalities. The last thing I just want to say today is don't worry about us as a city. You have other things to worry about. The city is managing, we're providing these services that you can count on. They will be there, and we will get through this all together. A bit of good news that I want to share with everyone, again, is the amazing work that our health unit does. Last week was National Paramedic Week to recognize the work that first responders and paramedics do. I want to point out that some of the amazing testing that's going on here in our region is being done by paramedics who are going to people's homes and doing tests at their site. So I want to tip my hat to them and thank everybody for all the work they're doing. And we do have a council meeting today, so if there's some news, we'll be back in a couple of days. Wish everyone very well.